Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad to be back with another video so soon. I'm trying to stay on track with my channel again. Today I had a really awesome topic I have been thinking about for a while now because I have had a chance to reflect on my past relationships, and I've accumulated my own red flags list that I am going to keep in mind moving forward in my future relationships. I will admit that I have fallen victim to some of these red flags, and I have also put some of these red flags onto other people as well. So I just thought it would be perfect to talk about these. They all really are going to either make or break a relationship. So without further ado, let's get into it. If the person you're with drinks way too much, that's a red flag. Don't get me wrong. I like to have my drinks on the weekends socially mostly, and I do also drink during the week sometimes, very lightly. Not hard alcohol, not beer, anything like that. I like to sip on my champagne. But if you're with someone who drinks constantly, there are literally like barely any days off, I personally feel like that is a massive red flag. I don't want to be with someone who drinks all the time. Someone who says they want to marry you way too soon is gonna be a red flag for me. I'm talking within the first 3 to 6 months. If they're already saying, I want to marry you, I want to have children with you, I feel like that is a massive red flag because it usually means that they are love bombing you. It's one thing to talk about what you want with an early relationship, and I would say anywhere from 3 to maybe 8 months or something is like still super new because you're still getting to know them on a personal level. You're getting to know everything they like, what they want, where they've come from, and just everything about them, right? So you're in such a massive learning phase with this individual. So I think it's perfectly healthy to have a conversation with them in the beginning and say, I do want to get married, I do want to have kids, I do want to buy a house, I do want to start a business. I mean, these are the conversations you want to have with the person because you want to know if you guys have the same things in common, the same future life goals that you can build eventually, maybe with this person. So it is important to have that conversation with them early on. However, I think it is a massive red flag to be talking about, I want to marry you, I want to have kids with you, I want to do this with you, and it's only been a few months. Now, don't get me wrong, some couples are successful at doing this and they end up lasting a really long time, but the odds are very, very much not in your favor most of the time. There is a lack of trust. How are you ever going to build a happy, healthy relationship if you don't have any trust with them? Vice versa, right? If they don't trust you or you don't trust them. I mean, I think it's really important for your partner or you to communicate where you're going, who you're going to be with. If you guys are pretty serious, those are important things to let them know so they in return can trust you, and you in return need to trust that they are being honest with you unless they have given you reasons not to be. So we always know that trust is going to be a number one playing factor in how healthy or how lasting your relationship can be. So I feel like it's very important to be super truthful so in return you build a more trustworthy relationship. I can't stress it enough. If they have anger issues, that is a massive problem. That usually means they have something built up within them, whether it's past traumas from their childhood, previous relationships with their family, whatever the case may be. They are bringing that into your relationship and they are now showing you those issues. There's a good chance that those issues are never gonna go away and they actually may just get worse. I am actually speaking from experience. I have been in a relationship with a person that has had massive anger issues, yelling all the time, banging things all the time. I mean, the list goes on. If they're not willing to seek some kind of therapy or assistance with handling these issues that they have from their past, then we just gotta let that one go. If they show to you that they have an inability to resolve conflict with you, that is gonna be a huge problem. We should all be able to sit down, have a conversation about what you disagreed with or what you had a fight about. But I think a huge part in this also is coming back to it at a later time, maybe like the next day after you have this disagreement. You can come back when you're more calm, you're level-headed, you had time to think about things, think about what you want to say, think about what you might have done wrong or what you would have done differently. And then when you come back to it together, you can both have such a mature conversation and you can resolve your conflicts in a healthy way. Even if it's a friendship, you need to be able to resolve conflict in a healthy manner. I know personally, if my partner never compliments me, I know for me personally, if I feel like I never get any compliments, and it it could be something as simple as you look so beautiful today, or your food was amazing, you do such a great job at this, or whatever the case is. We as humans, we like to feel seen, we like to feel heard. People love to feel good about themselves. And so even if you are the most beautiful person on the planet, it doesn't mean that you don't deserve to be told that you're beautiful. Even if you feel like you're super self-centered and you're super into your own self, you want to hear that, right? I know that if I am a person that provides a lot of compliments to my person, I do actually expect that back, but only because they actually mean it and they want to say that to me. They don't provide you even the smallest little compliments. That is actually something that is a red flag to me. I know I can't be the only one who feels like I like to be heard. I like people to remember things that I have told them. So perfect example, if my favorite drink is Coke, which it's not by the way, but if my favorite drink is Coke and you have asked me 1, 2, and now you're asking me for a third time, what's your favorite drink? And I'm gonna say, it's Coke. How many times do I have to stink and tell this person that my favorite drink is Coke? I should not have to tell you 3 or more times for you to remember something so minor about me. If we are in a relationship, serious or not, and it's already past a certain amount of months, maybe 3 months or something, and I'm still getting asked the most basic questions and you don't seem to remember those about me, that is actually gonna make me feel some type of way. I'm gonna start to feel like, do you even listen to me, or do you literally just not care? Because it's one of the two, right? And I understand we all have so many things going on every single day. Life just doesn't stop for anyone, and neither do our brains. They are constantly thinking. However, if you truly care about this person and you are with them more than likely a lot of the time, it would be super easy for you to remember that their favorite drink is Coke, and you should not have to ask them more than 2 times to get that drilled down into your brain. All right, so this one kind of goes hand in hand with them talking about them wanting to marry you or have children with you super early on, but moving a relationship too fast usually does not result into something that is long lasting. I know that anytime a relationship has moved super quick for me, it just never seems to work. When things move way too fast, you've already accomplished so many things in a relationship so early on that it actually doesn't really leave much else for the long term. So I think it's really good to spread certain things out, have certain conversations later, go out and do certain things together at a later time. It could be moving in really fast. I know my love language is thoughtful gestures. I like to feel like my person has thought about me during the day at the most random time. It could be while we're both at work and sending a simple text, "Hi, I'm thinking about you." Or as women, we like to say we don't like flowers, but it's bigger than the actual item itself that's being gifted to you. It's the fact that that person took the time out of their day to 1, go to a store, 2, pick out a bouquet of flowers, and 3, bring it to you to see the smile on your face that it brought you. The action of a thoughtful gesture. And I personally love thoughtful gestures. They mean so much to me. It literally doesn't take a lot of effort, and it just means something so small and so minuscule that a person can do can actually make such a big impact on the other person's feelings. It could just be a massive reassurance on the relationship going good and just making you feel loved and appreciated. You could make a meal and not tell them about it and just surprise them about it. Like something so small like that can mean so much to a person. And then also making sure to appreciate the people who do these things for you, right? If they are showing an unwillingness to compromise with you, it could be on something super small or super big, whatever the case is. At the end of the day, we all know healthy relationships need to be able to compromise. You are gonna do something I don't like, and I'm gonna do something that you don't like. And we understand that as humans, we are not perfect. And when you're meeting someone new, they have already lived the whatever life that they had lived before you, and the same goes for you. At this point, you need to realize what you need to compromise on. If it's a matter of food preferences, if it's a matter of who drives the most, whatever the case is as a couple and whatever factors are going on in your own life, you need to really be able to compromise with each other. Have that open communication, sit down and talk to them. We should be able to have these conversations together as a couple. A lot of times it's conversations we don't want to have, but they need to be said, right? You need to be able to sit down as mature adults and have this conversation if you truly care about one another and really understanding where you come from, where I come from, and coming to a healthy compromise. Now, this one is gonna be super, super obvious, and it's going to be excessive lying or showing a trend of lying. I know me personally, I cannot stand a freaking liar, whether it is someone I am dating or if it is a friend. If they show a trend with telling me maybe the same lie and then fumbling on it later on or whatever the case is, it's pretty obvious that you're not gonna have a healthy relationship with someone like this, and you need to just cut ties with someone that is an excessive compulsive liar. So guys, that is all I have for today. I hope you guys got some kind of value out of this TED Talk today, because let's be real, I have experienced some of these firsthand, and like I mentioned, I have done some of these to someone and they have been done to me, and I just know that I am at least going to learn from my own mistakes, and I know that whatever red flags I had in a relationship, I can grow from those and I will take full responsibility for those, and I know that moving forward into my next relationship, I will not implement those same red flags that I had, and I am always a firm believer in learning from your mistakes. If you are dealing with some of these with someone right now, or you are showing signs of these red flags, figure it out, have a conversation, so that way you guys can get to the bottom of things and you can grow a happy, healthy, lasting relationship. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys being here, and I'll see you guys again soon.